everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Venus, and today in this sequence we are going to be working mostly gearing it towards the shoulder, upper back area, mid back and lower back area for any kind of back pain. If you are working with the doctor, be sure this video is okay to do first. We're going to do some stretching to kind of help keep the back loosened up and maybe just a little gentle bit of toning. We're going to start off, just sit in your easy pose. Let's come into our breath, focus on our breath for right now. So as you're sitting here, notice your posture and see if you are sitting up tall through the spine. You can close your eyes and relax. Relax the shoulders down, chin up. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Smiling. Really notice your posture. Navel to spine, both sit bones on the ground, on the mat. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Inhale really deep. And exhale really deep. As you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, as you're exhaling, you'll be able to hear that exhalation in your throat. And as you're breathing, breathe clear down to the bottom of your stomach, all the way back up. One more breath. Let's just turn our head left and right. Just as far as you can. If you can't go too far, don't worry about it. One more time. Now from here, I want you to roll your shoulders up to your ear and back around. Kind of bring the shoulder blades together, which is helping you to sit up a little bit taller and chin up. Breathing. Princess is with us today. One more breath. Now I'm going to turn here. We're going to take a forward fold, starting your staff pose. So pressing through the heel, your toes come towards you. Bring your hands in back of you. You can press up through the fingertips. Navel to spine. You could have your hands either way. I'm going to sit with my fingers pointed towards me. That just helps you sit up tall in the spine a little more, and breathe here. You'll feel this a little bit through your thighs and your calves, kind of stretching through them, waking them up. Waking up the back and the shoulders. Now from here, go ahead and come down into your forward fold. If you'd like, you can have your feet apart a little bit wider, or leave them close together. What we want to do here is come down in a passive forward fold. So you're going to have your hands facing up, and then bring the head down, tip the chin in a little bit if you'd like. Round through the shoulders. Breathing. You want to feel that all the way down the posterior part of your body on the outside. But you want to mainly feel it through the back, all the way down the spine to your mid back, and then all the way down to the lower back. Feel your stomach on your thighs as you breathe in and breathe out. If you can't feel it, try to breathe a little bit deeper breaths. All the way through the psoas and your lower back area. Breathe really deep down. Take a couple more cycles of breath there. Just relax into your pose. Letting your head feel heavy. Then gently turn the hands over, gently walk back up. And we're gonna come down onto our backs. Bring the feet in together, bottom of the feet together into your reclined butterfly pose. Again, letting gravity take over. Melt your shoulders into the mat. And if you need to, press up on your feet a little bit to curl that tailbone under. So all of your back, shoulders, mid-back, and lower back are all melted into the mat. Like if you were to put your hand there, there should be no room to place your hand underneath your back. And just really melt the back into the mat. Remembering to breathe. Try to be still. Just feel the mat down your spine. Again, if you need to come up a little bit to curl the tailbone back under. Feel a little stretch in the hip area, the inner groin area. At this time, drop one of your legs down and bring the other knee up. The leg that you have left down on the floor, keep it really flat on the floor, but press into your heel. You're going to bring your other leg up, pulling your knee in just with your hands, but leave the shoulders on the mat. Breathe. Just let the knee, the foot that is on your knee that is up, just let it be relaxed, but press into the opposite heel. Now bring that opposite leg up and press the ankle into the knee, and then press your knee into your ankle. Bring that foot straight up in the back, and again, pressing into your heel, filling it all along the back of the leg. Now you can stay here or even here, and we're going to thread our hand through, keeping the shoulders on the mat, keeping your sit bones on the mat. Just pull your thigh in towards you, pressing the knee out with your elbow. Keeping all of the back, the hips, all on the mat. And let's bring the leg down. And we'll switch. You're going to bring that opposite leg down, pressing into the heel. The other leg comes up. Take your hands and pull your knee in towards your chest. Again, leaving all of your back, mid-back, lower back, hips on the mat, pressing into that heel. Bring that opposite leg up. Pressing your knee into your ankle and your ankle into your knee. Again, you can hang out here, palms facing up. You can lift that leg up, pressing into the heel, or you can even thread the needle through, but keep the shoulders on the mat. then bring that foot back down. We're gonna take a bridge pose here. So you're gonna have both feet flat on the mat. Shoulders on the mat. The whole upper part of your body is gonna be relaxed. And then go ahead and curl the tailbone up, keeping pressure on all four corners of your feet. Bring the thighs, zip them up tight together. If you need to press more to the big toe in your heels, do that, but still keep all four corners grounded. Breathing. You can walk your feet back just a little bit. And then lift the hips up again. Here, we're gonna take one foot and bring it up. This time I want you to point into your foot, your toes. And then bring your foot back down. And lift the other leg up. Coming up high in your bridge pose. Pointing through the toes. There shouldn't be any pressure on the top of your body. You're keeping that pretty relaxed before bringing it back down. Now bring your knees up and grab behind the knees. Resituate your tailbone so it's tucked flat on the mat. Again, we can pull our knees in towards our chest. Do whatever feels intuitive here. You can rock your knees back and forth. Maybe even side to side, a nice massage on the lower back and your hip area. Then I want you to come to your child's pose. You're gonna grab onto your big toes. Bring your knees close to the armpits. And then go ahead and bring one leg up and then the other. Now I want you to notice, let's do that one more time. Notice where your hips are. So what, like mine, yours might be too, they're kind of raised up a little bit. We don't want to do that. We want to keep our hips on the mat in your baby pose. So just be sure they're on the mat. You can push your knees open. And as you're raising that foot up, feel the bottom of your back staying melted into the mat. Breathing. Make sure the shoulders, other than when you're moving your foot, are on the mat. We'll do one more. And then we're going to go ahead and rock on up. And let's come into our tabletop. We're going to do a couple rounds of cat and cow here. Knees underneath the hips. Hands underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Place your thumb in a little bit closer. Inhale as you drop the belly down, shoulders back. Exhale into your cat. You're rounding your shoulders. Let's do a few rounds of that. As you come down into your cat, really feel each section of your vertebra, your spine, and each section as you come down into your cow. Keeping the arms straight, elbow creases shining forward. Going with the flow of your breath. Let's do that one more time. Drop the head, round through, really feeling it, and back down. This time you're gonna bring your hand in just a little bit. You're gonna raise the opposite hand up and thread the needle through this way, placing your ear on the mat. You can bring the other arm up overhead. You're gonna press into your hand and your shoulders on both sides. And then lean your hip over to the right a little bit, the opposite of your hand that's above your head. Breathing. Let's take 3 cycles of breath here. Feeling it stretch the shoulder blades across the top of your back. And then gently bring your hand forward, come back up. And we'll do that same thing on the other side of what you have just done. Thread it through. Your ear comes down on the mat, hand up above, pressing into both hands and both shoulders. Breathing gently in and out, clear to the bottom of your stomach. Bring the hand back and gently bring yourself back up. From here, navel to spine, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. I want you to curl your tailbone under as you lift up. Press back. Pedal out through your feet. Let your head hang heavy. Again, doing whatever feels intuitive here. If your heels don't touch the mat, that's perfectly fine. And then come forward into plank. A nice strong plank. We won't be in plank very long. But tuck that tailbone under, navel to spine, just to feel how your posture is this way. Nice straight line of the spine. And then gently come down all the way onto your stomach with your hands beside you at the top of your ribs. We're going to press up into a baby cobra. Bring the shoulder blades together, pressing your pubic bone on the mat. There shouldn't be any pinching or any pain in your spine or back. Here. And then come down. Now let's tuck the chin and come back up. Breathing. Press into the mat with your pelvis, the top of your feet. Tuck the chin one more time and come up. And then let's come all the way down. Bring your elbows to the side into your Sphinx pose. Resituate your hips if you need to. Maybe rock them side to side. And then bring your shoulders up, your arms up tall into that Sphinx pose. Breathing, pressing your pubic bone into the mat, the top of your feet into the mat, keeping any weight off of the lower back. And then let's gently come up, all the way up. Find that neutral tabletop. And then we're going to come on back into a child's pose. Bring your arms out in front of you. Bring your head down to the mat, your forehead. Breathing, feel a nice stretch through the shoulders, mid-back, even the lower back. You're pressing back through your hips. So if you use your hands, feel your hips as you press back. Feel the bottom of your back. Loosening up a little bit. And you're gonna gently walk your hands up. We're gonna come into our rabbit pose here. Hi, Yingling. You're gonna join us too? What you're gonna do is you're gonna come up through the knees, holding on to your heels, broadening through your shoulders. Bring the top of your head down to the mat, really rounding through the hips and the spine and all of your back. And then let's come back down. Bring your hands in front again and we'll come back into a downward facing dog. See if you can get your feet any closer to the mat, the heels. Pressing back through. Press your chest towards your thighs. Shake the head loose. Now I want you to lift your leg up to a three-legged table, and we're going to bring it in between our hands into a low lunge. Very low lunge. And then slide the hips down, keeping them level with the mat. Breathing, you can leave the back toes curled under if you want, or you can lay them flat on the mat. Now from here, you're going to bring one hand down, the opposite of the one where your knee is up, and you're going to spread your hand up. Take a nice twist here. Press up through the shoulders, through the chest area. And then let's bring our hand to the back of our head, looking down at the mat. Go ahead and lift the arm up, but keep the elbow level with the mat, and then bring it down. We'll do that 2 more times. Up and up. We'll bring the hand down, and then we'll come back up into that downward facing dog. Really pressing through your chest. Feeling a nice stretch in the back. And you're going to lift the opposite leg up in the three-legged table, and then bring it through the hands, framing the foot. And you're going to slide that back leg down to the low lunge. Breathing. Really pressing the hips into your mat. That's going to help loosen up everything. We are mostly concentrating on the back, but we are doing a little bit of stretching through the rest of our body too. Don't want to neglect that. You're going to bring your arm up into a twist, pressing through the chest. Breathing. If your breathing isn't nice and even, you've gone too far in the move. And then let's turn and look down at the mat. Bring your hand behind your head. Keeping it level, you're going to lift up to a slight twist and back down. Inhaling as you go up, exhaling as you come down. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And then bring your hands down. Come back into that neutral tabletop. Breathing. And then gently walk your knees in. Now what we're going to do here is we are going to take one more What we're gonna do here is come back into our staff position one more time and see if it feels any different from when you first started. Maybe you loosened up a little bit. Maybe you have a little more movement through the back. Maybe you can get the shoulders back a little more. Lifting up through the chin. And now let's go ahead and fold down all the way. And see if you can get further down in your forward fold. Oh yeah, that feels good. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. Again, really notice the difference. If your spine feels a little looser, your back should feel much better. You're pushing back through the hips. You can probably even come a little bit further down with your head. And this is only if your body allows. It's something you should work on every day, and it should get easier in time. And like I said, if you are working with a doctor, be sure to talk to them about it first. They'll give you the best advice. Now we're gonna go ahead and come in our final resting pose. As we do this, we're gonna melt, again, our shoulders into the mat. Lift your knees up if you need to melt the mid back and lower back into the mat. And I want you to put your feet about hip width distance apart with your knees up. We're gonna windshield wiper them back and forth. Breathing. It kind of massages through the bottom of your hip, your tailbone, your back. And then we're going to bring our knees together towards one another. Get a little bit of some internal hip rotation. Breathing. And you're welcome to leave your knees up in towards one another with the feet on each edge of the mat, or you can come all the way down. Maybe spread your legs open a little bit, keeping the shoulders and back melted into the mat. Let's bring our arms up, maybe in a T. As you're doing this, you're going to notice that your tailbone is going to want to come up in your lower back. Don't do it. Keep everything melted into the mat. If you're unable to do that, just go ahead and rest your hands on your stomach. So again, you can rock your head side to side. Princess is doing her yoga. Good girl, good girl. And we'll bring our legs back together. And go ahead and roll on up. We'll do one more thing here before we close. We're going to come into a deer pose. So you're going to bring your foot and your knee the same length as the mat. And then you're going to have your back leg also at a 45-degree with the back leg at the mat. Then you're going to bring the hands behind you and push through your hip. So you get another nice internal hip rotation there. Breathing, lift the chin all through the spine. Navel to spine. And then come back. And let's do the same thing with the opposite leg. One leg is the same as the width, and one leg is the same as the length of your mat. And then you're going to press through that hip. Really pressing the shoulders back. Breathe deep. And exhale deep. And then let's come into our easy pose. Anytime to, now that we're done, but anytime, just know, if you need props like your block or strap, feel free to use them at any time, or if you have a bolster pillow, use them at any time. I want to thank you again for joining me for this, and hopefully this is going to give you a lot of relief from your back pain. And again, doing it every day is going to help keep everything loosened up, so you'll be able to have a little bit more mobility too. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat real soon. Let's close with a chant of Om one time. Everybody breathe in really deep. Thumbs to the third eye. Oh. Thanks again, everybody. Have a beautiful day.